The Secret Menu Podcast with your hosts, Diego Red and Money Boss. Brought to you by Rebel TV, the Rebel entity. Live from the West Side and worldwide. Real ones know what's up, and if you don't, you get the point. Tap in. It's the Secret Menu Podcast.
This is fresh.
The Secret Menu Podcast.
This is fresh.
Money Boss.
What's happening?
What it is.
What's going on with it?
Another one like the other one, just like that. We back. Secret Menu Podcast on a Tuesday. You feel me? I see my people pulling up. Shout out Phil Lee is in his thing. Kimmy Kim in the house. LaStar is in the house. Shout out to everybody pulling up, man. Twitch, YouTube, Facebook. Shout out to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Boss, how was your weekend?
Marvelous. I had a great week. I really did. My dad came down. My uncle came down. My dad's two older sisters came down. My nieces and nephews were here. My grandbabies pulled up. It was good. It was my sister and brother was here. It was great. I had a great week.
Father's Day, celebrating Father's Day.
Yeah, I had a great week. Yeah, great week.
That's what it do. King Ford in the house. You feel me? That's dope, man.
Yeah, it was great. Found out a lot about my history, about my family.
Yeah, that was dope. You was telling me about that. That's dope.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
My great grandma. Yeah, no, not only that though. Not only that. I didn't think so, but not only that. My great grandma lived to be 108 years old.
That's fire.
I was like, damn. Okay. But yeah, so I learned a lot about family history for me.
Right.
You know, I got a lot more uncles than I grew up knowing.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Figuring out some things of where the lineage was broken at and where people didn't know certain things. It's crazy. My grandma, my dad's mom, worked on a plantation.
Damn.
Like, so much shit, but it just fucked me up. Like, it just
That's
really
why it's
fucked me
good
up.
to be able to talk to our elders while we got them to get as much information as we can. Before my grandmother passed, I would just pull up, sit, watch Bonanza, because she used to like Bonanza and all that cowboy shit. And I just pick her brain about a bunch of shit.
Yeah,
she was a songwriter, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Your grandmother was a cook?
Yeah, she was a cook.
My grandmother was a barber and a musician. You know what I'm saying? And
My
same
grandfather,
thing. Her mother's mother was a slave as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
crazy.
then she always said that her mother was Indian. And my great grandmother had this long, pretty ass hair, and they always said that she was Indian.
And she was Indian. Shit.
But I did my goddamn research. I'm Nigerian. But I don't think that comes up in the shit because I don't think the people who run those things count. I don't think they're trying to count what they call the Indian tribes. I think they just go back to, well, your original descendants. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I gotta see if somebody got like
Cherokee or
that shit,
Seminole or Blackfoot or Crow, and I was learning so much because my daddy them could tell me so much and run it down, and then my aunt was telling me stories like, God, it was unbelievable. Like it was crazy because I like I said, I want to break down the family lineage, and I told him, like, I did my DNA, and I told him, like, I know that I got some. It had to be some slave shit in us because I got too much. The European in me is too much. It's 15%.
How was they feeling about that shit? Was they,
no.
Your DNA, nigga? Was they like that, or were they interested in?
They was interested because I got a cousin that did the same thing. But what he did was trace it. He goes back. He went to Africa, tracing his lineage, tracing our lineage, and trying to find out other shit. So he just actually got back from Africa not too long ago, probably about maybe a month ago. They were saying chasing the lineage. You know what I mean? But yeah, it was crazy, bro.
Yeah,
learning so much
shit. You had
shit.
those people to go through and ask. Like I don't have that. Right. I recently been talking to my daddy and shit, but like my daddy and his daddy, they born in Fresno. My grandma from Alabama or something. You know what I'm saying? That's my daddy's side. My mama's side, they all from Dallas and shit, and ain't really nobody left to ask about that kind of shit. My daddy, as much as I can ask, they was already in Fresno. You know what I'm saying? It was already he born and raised, and it's rare that because most people parents is from somewhere else usually. My daddy was. I'm a real Fresno nigga, man. My daddy from Fresno. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
His daddy though had 2 households. You know what I'm saying? I only knew one grandmother and shit, so I probably got a whole bunch of cousins and shit. I don't know. But it's dope, man. Family's beautiful. Spend as much time as you can with them. And get some game, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what motherfuckers don't do. They come around, they laugh, they barbecue, they dance. Uncle Chucky, do that. No, start asking about your lineage, health conditions and shit. Did anybody have this or that? You know what I'm saying? It's good to know who the fuck you really are. You know what I'm saying? That's fire.
Yeah. Happy
Father's Day to all the fathers, too. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no kids. I still woke up to goddamn Father's Day gifts. Some stepdaddy of the year. You feel me? My niece and them called me, though. Uncle, you know you like a daddy. So it was good, man. Father's Day was fire. You know what I'm saying? Keanu Allen in the house. Dana Ruck in the house. LaStar is in the house. I seen that nigga Saint in the house. Man, what's happening with it? Let's get it cracking. Just like that, we back. It's Tuesday Secret Menu Podcast. Diego Red is in the building.
And Honey Boss is definitely in his own humble abode. Oh! Yes. And everything's been good. Everything's been great. I did get a call from your mama wishing me happy Father's Day. Only one didn't reach out was your motherfucking cousin. Guess she was too busy fucking with her baby daddy or something. I don't know. I'm not gonna put that on her, but hey, whatever. We've been apart for a while, so let's get into this shit.
Let's get into this shit, man, because I posted this on my timeline, This young lady is furious. She's upset. She's at the nail shop and her mom is telling her, hey, you got to bring that to a halt. You got to get to the house. I need you to watch your little brother and sister. You know what I'm saying? She's furious. She says, hey, I didn't push them little motherfuckers out. I should never have to watch these kids. My timeline was divided. A lot of people was like, kids should never have to watch kids. I'll give my take on it. I'll take yours right after we watch this clip. Let's go.
I have to be fucking joking. I'm getting my nails done, and my mom calls the fucking store because I have to be home by 5 to watch her fucking kids because she has a work event. Promise tomorrow. I'm 17 and I have to come home to take care of her kids. I've taken care of them Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Today is Friday, and then I'm taking care of them, waking up at 9 in the morning on prom day to take care of them. I'm 17. Me being born was not a social contract to me taking care of your kids anytime. I was in the middle of getting my nails done. Half of it is done. The gems are not on because we didn't have time to put them on, and it's just the drawings, and half of it has, half of it doesn't. I paid $118 for unfinished nails because my mom, like I'm 17. If I wanted kids, I would have pushed one out of my vagina by now. Like, what if I said no? What if I just say no to taking care of your fucking kids? They're not my kids. Find a fucking babysitter. I'm 17 and your daughter, that doesn't mean I'm just your personal babysitter. I can't fucking do this anymore. Like, I couldn't even get my prom nails done because I didn't plan it ahead. I did it the day before prom because it's my fucking prom. What? Like, I can't do this. And I wouldn't be mad if every other girl my age was could do this freely.
Just keep going for a minute. First of all, what's your opinion on it before I give mine?
I feel like this is me. I understand where she's coming from. Them are not, her brothers and sisters are not her kids. And her mom should be doing a better job of finding someone to watch them kids and not force them kids upon her. You know what I'm saying? You're turning her into something already that she probably is not wanting to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand the whole method of mom gotta work, mom's trying to do this, make sure we got shit on the table and food and all this shit. I understand that, but I also understand that it's not this day and age ain't the same as back in the day.
And I had to think about it. It's this. I'm glad you went there. This day and age. Go ahead, continue.
Yeah, this day and age ain't the same. These kids don't have the same acknowledgement of what your parents are doing and how hard it is to try to do it without maybe the other parent being there, and it's just the siblings, you and the siblings. That's just what it is. Like back in the day, you ran with your siblings. You was watching your siblings. I don't care what it was.
Finna go up here to the park and hoop. Take your brother.
You bingo.
That little nigga had to go. You 13 to go. You finna go hoop with your partners. That little nigga had to go, and he had to play in the playground right there,
right,
in your eyesight, so you could watch him. He might get in a little fight with another kid. You gotta stop and go. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it was. This day and age is different. These little motherfuckers got Cash App cards. They got cell phones at 8.
Right.
They pick what they want to eat. Fucks me up anytime I'm fucking with a grown ass woman and she says, "Hey, what do you want to eat?" And the motherfucker says, "I think I want crab boil tonight." Like, what the fuck? In our households, back in our time, mom made dinner, and that's what the fuck you had to sit down and eat. I had to eat many a motherfucking meals I did not want to eat, particularly liver. A bunch of shit I didn't want to eat. And then you sit there until, you know what I'm saying, they got tired of you sitting there. And you get your ass up. But these motherfuckers pick and choose what they want to eat. They walk into the refrigerator, open that motherfucker, run through shit. You know what I'm saying? How the fuck they want. I understand that we're supposed to do better so that our kids don't have to experience a lot of the shit that we had to go through. You know what I'm saying? I seen somebody say, hey, it takes a village. That saying, it takes a village, back in the day used to mean the neighbor lady see your son doing some shit, she come tell you. Or she might grab your son, bring him to the house. Or Miss Betty might just pop your ass. No, you shouldn't be in that man's backyard. You know what I'm saying? That was the village. But the main core of the village, nigga, was your house. Meaning your cousin them spent a lot of time at your motherfucking house too. You particularly have a mother who took in a lot of family members, bro. That's like your mama saying, I didn't push out David. Like, where you know what I'm saying? A lot of our family members did it. So before we even get to the kids, a lot of our parents was taking care of cousins and
their siblings,
neighbor kids,
their neighbors' kids, their siblings,
right?
All that. You know,
we could kind of recognize the homie was poor, and we kind of doing good, but our mamas could recognize like that nigga ain't ate. He hanging around at the house and shit. Hey, babe, want a plate? And she give him a plate. That's like. She don't say, hey, it's dinner time, you gotta go home. Our mamas used to feed the neighbor kid because she kind of tell, and she kind of know. You know what I'm saying? Judy ass be getting high. He probably not gonna eat tonight because I just left fruit stand and seen his mama in front of the fruit stand with the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Right, so the community and shit was different. But then when it came to the kids, yeah, nigga, you had to watch your brothers and sisters and shit when your mama had to go to work. And to the Legion. We're going to keep it a buck. And to the Legion, nigga. You know what I'm saying? But
it's not that day and age no more.
This day and age is kind of crazy, though. Because when you see all these motherfucking pedophile videos, pedophile busters, these niggas is running up on niggas in Walmart. Boom, boom, bitch, you was texting a kid. They talking about motherfuckers is disguised on Roblox texting the kids. Your kid is probably safer with your motherfucking kid than they are with the babysitter or at the babysitter. We see these videos of motherfuckers' kids at the babysitter and they start recognizing bruises and shit on their fucking kids. Your kids are probably safer with they siblings who love them than they are with a stranger. But go ahead, what you was going to say?
But here's the thing, and you're totally right. They're probably much safer with their siblings than they are with anyone else. But what happened was you didn't raise your child the way you were raised. And that's what we all fuck up at. We all fuck up. What we try to do is take our kids and give them something that we didn't get, that we felt we didn't get. That's the biggest problem. If I was raised this way, I'm not raising my kid like that. I'm not going to do my child like that. I'm not going to do my child the way my mama. Well, that's where you fucked up at.
Right.
And when you fucked up, now you got these kids that look at you and say things like, well, I'm not your motherfucking babysitter. I couldn't open my mouth and say, I'm not your motherfucking babysitter.
You could have opened it.
Yeah, but
I would have closed that motherfucker though.
You see, these would be like this. these pretty white motherfuckers would not be like this at all. You know these motherfuckers would have been out of here.
They'll be gone.
You know, so and that's the thing, though. So you know, as we progressing, the parent is now younger, and now they're not the parent; they're the friend parent.
The friend parent.
You feel me?
Synonymous.
They're the friend parent, and so the friend parent now has this other block for them than when it was the parent. My mama used to tell me, I ain't your friend. I ain't your friend. So when you decipher oh, okay. You can't play with that parent like that.
Right.
A lot of these kids are able to play, and that's why.
And I saw a lot, and I seen it, a lot of oldest child syndrome on my timeline. The people who were that oldest kid, who had to miss some sleepovers, had to miss some parties because they had to keep the kid. Them, most of them are the ones that are upset because they thinking about all the shit they missed. But you missed some crack. You missed some trains being ran on you. You missed a lot of shit. You ducked a lot of shit because you had to babysit.
Your mama. Yeah, right. Your mama put them kids on you. And then I say this too, is if you don't train that child by the time he was 5, she was 5, you kind of now got a free fall.
Right.
As for a child. Your child is a free fall. 2 things can happen with that child. He can understand, or she can understand how to fall in line, or they're going to push the line. You know what I'm saying? And I tell everybody that if you don't break that child by 5, you are in for a rude awakening, praying that it don't turn ugly. It can turn ugly because he's going to either push the line or he's going to get wrong.
And a lot of people don't look at it like that. They didn't have them kids. No, I'm teaching you responsibility. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm teaching you awareness. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to make sure you motherfuckers don't burn the house down. I'm teaching you other shit in this. Although there are the motherfuckers who just run the streets and you leave the kids with the kids. I'm not talking about them motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? But there are. You know what I'm saying? My mama
even them though.
My mama let me even those.
Even those that just leave the kids like that, just out. It's still teaching that child, like, it's putting a stamp in that child's brain that, okay, this is not, I know for a fact this ain't right.
I don't want
I shouldn't be, bingo.
Right.
I shouldn't be in the house at 15 missing things because she's still out doing whatever she's doing and don't want to be a mother.
Right.
I shouldn't. So it's not only giving them the information that they're going to need down the road about being a parent, what you should and shouldn't do as a parent in their eyes. It's giving them that information like, hey, I know I don't want to do this to my child. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is,
rent
though,
paid,
man. You know.
Your cell phone's paid. You get DoorDash to this motherfucker.
She said her nails was 100 and something, so she must got a job.
Somebody said she does YouTubes or something too, so she gets some money. You know what I'm saying? I didn't follow up, so I don't know. Somebody said she does TikTok or something, but same shit. You're still under this roof. You know what I'm saying? So if you're a 9-year-old TikTok star, you're not supposed to take the fucking trash out. No, and that's what my caption said. My caption was, next it will be, I only used 1 cup. I'm not washing all those dishes. Because that's the typical shit kids hate. 6 brothers and sisters in this motherfucker. I didn't use all that shit. I don't want to wash the dishes. It ain't about what you use. It's about you have a chore. Today's your day to take this trash out. Today's your day to do this motherfucking dishes. Today's everybody's day to pick up around this motherfucker. It's responsibility, and I think these motherfuckers in this new era kind of lack the responsibility of.
Yeah, because they don't have a responsibility to put on them. That's it.
That's what it is.
If they had responsibility put on them, then they would understand. You know what I mean? But they don't. So we're going through this that we call the new world order.
Yeah.
Of shit happening.
And it's your kids. Everybody raise y'all kids how y'all want to raise y'all kids. Later on down the line, though, you look at the results. The results are on you. Like he said, if you don't get a hold of shit by 5 or 6, you're going to see this kid kind of go a certain way, talk to you a certain way, move a certain way, do certain shit. And then we turn around later and you see a motherfucker on here making these posts when this nigga's 16, 17. He's out of control. I don't know what to do. Should have whipped his ass at 5.
Bingo.
Should have whooped his ass at 5.
Belt to ass would have had him right.
None of our mamas could probably whoop us if we really thought about it. But mentally, she had us psyched the fuck out to where it's like, fight the biggest nigga on the block. The one motherfucker I don't want to have to go against is my mama. But logically, if you looked at it, I'll fuck you up, mama. Logically, you know what I'm saying? But logically, you didn't want to disappoint her. Your brother tried it.
My brother thought that was the way to go, and he was 6'3", 260, and my mama every bit of 5'5", and she showed him, "I'll bury your big ass."
Yeah, try that.
When I seen that, I said, "This is a bad motherfucker right here."
Right.
I never want to try.
I don't want no motherfucking
You just put the fear of God in me with that right there. Yeah, you ran up on this big ass animal with these big ass hands.
Out here knocking niggas out. He knocking grown ass niggas out.
Bro, he was. I said, this little lady ran up on this grown ass nigga with these big ass hands. She crazy as a motherfucker. I want no part of her.
That's that energy, man.
None.
But yeah, at the end of the day, y'all all raise y'all kids the way y'all want to raise y'all kids. We just gave our input and our opinion. You know what I'm saying? We just want the best for all of them. You know what I'm saying? Somebody we also want the best for is Kodak Black. We saw he was going through some drug shit. He's back out performing. He's backstage at a show and a young lady asked, "Hey, can you sign my sister's shirt?" And shit got a little odd. Let's take a look.
Hi. Can you please sign my baby sister's shirt really quick?
Yeah.
Thank you so much. We love you.
I seen him, I already knew you were here. I say, you around here, y'all. I said, we're around this bitch. How hot doing? They denied her. Trying to get a yeah, so you just put them on. Like you wait for it, you know what I'm
But it smells like
what?
Man, that girl.
He don't stop. He keep going 3 more minutes. He's just writing shit all over her fucking shirt. Like, what are you writing? My nigga was hiding a motherfucker. What is you writing?
Probably some Haitian motherfucking spirituals on her and shit.
Look, he's still going, bro.
Yeah, he probably writing some Haitian spirituals. He don't even know what the fuck he doing. I feel bad for Black, man.
He's stuck
for real,
in his own. This seemed like 4 seconds.
Look at her. She looking like, what the? Y'all ain't gonna get this nigga off me?
High as a motherfucking kite, man.
She looking like, y'all ain't gonna get him off me.
God. Oh my God. All right, let's get into it, man. This is the follow-up show. We talked about a lot of the protests and things that were going on. ICE is out here tripping like a motherfucker. They moving around through the cities. They on a good one. We had a active online vote for the Louisiana fugitives who escaped prison. There are still 2 at large, and everybody's waiting to see. But it might be a new bet coming, boss, because these 4 motherfuckers escaped from the Immigration Detention Center in New Jersey. I do not have these gentlemen's names, though. But just in case they do follow up with this, we got to vote. Who you taking? Who's going to be last out of these 4? In the comments, who's last out of these 4 to be detained again? These niggas escaped. Who you going with, boss?
The Gringo.
The first one?
The Gringo.
Oh, the one bottom left.
The Gringo, yeah.
He looked the most civilized.
Yeah, he looked white in the mouth. How he get caught up?
I don't know. You know, a lot of Venezuelans look that way.
He looked white in the motherfucker. That's, you know what they call him? I just found out. He a white tee. That's what they call him. A white tee.
A white tee. I'm going with the first guy. And why I'm going with him is because he has the most shit to get rid of. Like, he can lose the mustache and the hair shit and look like a completely different motherfucker. He has the best chance at altering his appearance naturally. The other guy got a little bitty mustache. 2 and 3 look similar. 3's a little lighter. Your guy's a little lighter.
Yeah, them 2 white teeth.
Yeah,
right
but
there.
I'm going with 1 because he can alter his appearance the most. That's who I'm.
And if he shave his head, look too much like a Mexican, they're gonna pick him up
for some whole other shit.
Yeah,
they ain't even looking for you for escaping.
Looking for that, you gonna get picked up on some whole other
shit right now. It's just cracking. H-Bomb is in the motherfucking house. Kimberly Williams in the house. Rendezvous in the house.
Keisha Wilson just popped in here.
Okay,
I ain't
Keisha.
seen your face ever.
Chase. All right, so back to the Razor. They have been raiding, and motherfuckers have been kind of creative while evading ICE. Let's take a look at a couple of things.
El mojado tiene ganas de secarse. El mojado está mojado por las lágrimas que bota la nostalgia. El mojado, el lindo.
Someone tipped ICE agents that there were a lot of undocumented immigrants working on a roof of a house in Alabama. And they were right. There were about 8 undocumented immigrants working on the roof. When the ICE agents showed up, they apprehended about 7 of them, except 1. The young man you see on top of the roof, he was from Guatemala, and he refused to come down to get arrested. In fact, he told the ICE agents, "You want to arrest me? Come get me." He positioned himself on the highest point of the roof of the house. And there, the ICE agents, "Come get me, bro." The agents surrounded the house and tried to negotiate with him. In fact, they threatened him. They said, "If you don't come down, you're going to have additional charges." And he said, "I'm going to take my chances." Finally, one of the agents got on a ladder, only to find out that he was not going to make it all the way to the top. And after 6 long hours of trying to negotiate with this young man, they decided to leave empty-handed. He wasn't carjacking a vehicle. He was not wheeling dealing on the streets. He was simply installing a roof on the house.
She was wrong in what she said. She said they left empty-handed. They left with 7 motherfuckers, and 1 got away because he refused to come down. She said because she started it by they detained 7 people, and they just they got tired and they left. So they didn't leave empty-handed. But it's a lot of crazy shit going on. I'm just trying to find the humor in it. One of the other things, and this is the topic that I'm getting to, is a lot of motherfuckers have not been going to work. A lot of the places that are usually busy and bustling are empty. One in particular being the Santee Alley. Let's take a quick look at that.
Mira el pasado, sabrás que no te he olvidado. Yo te llevo dentro
I showed that because you and I had a conversation offline that I wanted to bring online for the people that are here. The Santee Alley is pretty profitable. I used to frequent that motherfucker a lot. It's empty, boss. We talked about the fields, watermelon fields. What else? What else is California known? Agriculturally known for?
Agricultural fields. Yeah.
What other things do we produce?
Almonds.
I know raisins.
Almonds, raisins,
watermelon,
pistachios.
I thought the machines shake the
nuts. No.
You ain't never seen that tree shaking machine that shake all the fucking. They probably got to get them up, huh? Once they shake them.
Yeah, they in there picking up them almonds in them pistachios.
So that put that on my mind. What does the average filmmaker work? I mean, average filmmaker, my shit's fucked. Field worker make. Field maker work. I wonder.
I heard it was somewhere in the price range of $200 a day.
With those jobs being open, what are the chances you think that not just black people, but it's a lot of niggas with no job?
But that's not true.
But will you niggas have pride? I'm just saying, it's as far as I know a lot of niggas with no job. I'm just saying, but I'm not just saying niggas. I'm just saying it's a lot of niggas with no job. But are niggas too prideful to go make $200 a day doing that type of work? Do you think?
No, because they're gonna get paid more than $200 a day.
Because of
California laws.
Niggas gonna get 2.15s and a 30-minute lunch break and all the shit.
Yes, yeah, they're gonna get the just due of what that is. But what the problem is it ain't that who's going to do it. Everybody's gonna get off their ass and do something because the sitting on your ass part is going to be over.
Why do you believe that?
Because he already made an executive order on housing, on giving people aid. After 2026, he's going to start. You only got 2 years on Section 8. So him cutting that. Who you think going to the field?
So you think everybody who's receiving,
they gonna get it somewhere? All them jobs,
general relief is what it's called, right? General relief,
right?
Your food stamps, your
all that.
Yeah, Kiana, I'm looking at this shit right now. The average field worker makes $29 per hour. $29 per hour, $60,000 a year. That is a good ass job in America. The average school teacher is making like between 32 and 45. That's good ass money.
Come on, I'm telling you, they say $200 a day. If you do $200 a day,
so do you think that? Because I get what you're saying. You saying motherfuckers just gonna have to, but some niggas just ain't gonna do shit.
And then, so guess what's gonna happen? I guarantee you that niggas that say they ain't gonna do shit, gonna do something or be outside under one of these street lights. I was because
niggas know how to get in their bitch.
Listen, I'm not saying I'm not saying
how to get on a bitch house.
And guess what?
I get what you're saying though.
You get on the bitch couch and the bitch got Section 8. Guess what? You only got 2 years with her there too.
Yeah, but I'm saying you might get you a little something with a cool little job. You know what I'm saying?
Fact. That's what I'm saying. We're all going. That's what I'm saying. We're all going to have to work. This is going to be a workful thing. That's what I'm saying. He's bringing back the workforce to make people work again. You know what I'm saying? instead of accepting and thinking that they're entitled to have something.
Because if you don't have a job right now, and to be clear, I stand with Mexico 100%, right? That's my position on it. My position is I'm riding with Mexico. I stand with Mexico. I wish this was not going on. That's my position. However, you can't change what's happening. So it's happening. You looking at what's going on. I see the opportunity that is there. So first of all, I'm looking at this right here, boss. Let me put it back on the screen. This is $1 million motherfucking spot.
Come on.
I'm looking at it.
Get your ass over there.
I don't
open up shop.
Let me let it play one more time. Because this is how I used to normally. I don't even think the niggas in LA is thinking like, damn, we need to bust a move and go open a t-shirt shop right here. Or bitch, we need to open this and go put my hair, wigs and shit. If you're looking for me, I'm in the Santee Alley because you couldn't rent some of them spaces because some of them spaces, nigga, they done paid the rent up so much. It was hard to get you a spot. When motherfuckers was trying to get spots, because I knew motherfuckers who actually had shit down there, you would have to get it on one of them outside streets.
Mm-hmm.
It's prime real estate right now. That's wide open. If you in LA, you can open you don't?
No. I think they still own it.
It's a centralized.
Right. But it's a Latino, Hispanic area. So
it's not. You can't say, boss. That's downtown Los Angeles, boss.
Listen,
a block over that's like saying it's a Hindu area because when you get to the jewelry block, all the jewelry stores are Hindus,
and that's what it is.
It's all in the same place.
But listen to what I'm saying. Every area has a demographic of what that block is. The demographic of that block is what that block is. It's going to be that way.
There's nobody there, boss.
Listen, but they still got their business there. They're just not opening the business because they scared of what could happen to them. What I don't get is if you're legal, why are you running?
But because a lot of motherfuckers aren't. So this is what it's evident a lot of people aren't. So what I'm saying to you is, if you don't pay your rent on the 1st this month, that spot is for rent.
Right.
But those are month to month spots. Go to the swap meet, you go to that shit rents monthly.
But what did you just say?
What?
I know them. I know some of them people that paid that shit up for months and months. And
No. I'm saying they're there paying their rent every month. They're there. You can't leave because I'm paying it. A motherfucker ain't turning down. If you've been giving me the money for 9 months, yeah, nigga, come on. I'm not gonna ask you to leave this motherfucker for sure. Here's the thing. Even if let's say you paid it 6 months, and I'm the owner, and I find out Donovan, or whatever your name is, you got deported back to Venezuela. I'm finna get double paid. This motherfucker ain't open. I heard you got deported.
I understand that, but what if they didn't get deported and just decided not to open up that
Maybe
shop?
not. So let's say half of them isn't. Nigga, half of it is available though. Half of it is available, and it's a centralized place where if all the black people said, let's open our Cowboy makes so much money. It's a few niggas that be on YouTube that got their shit down there. All the niggas go down there to get their t-shirts printed and all this shit.
Yeah, it's when you go to that video, I want you to pull that video up right now again, so you can look at that video and point out how many niggas you see in that video.
Because that's who's there. That's who's there. When you go to Chinatown, it's the same shit, boss. But if you're gone, and if I open up 7 shops, if 7 black people open up shops, then because that's the thing, you got to pull together. If she got the hair shit, he got the t-shirt shit, this nigga's getting shoes, this nigga's doing this nigga's doing whatever. Now it becomes the traffic is black. It's only a piece of land, my nigga. There's projects that were predominantly black that you go to now in LA that are 100% Hispanic. The Ville, back in the day, used to be what? A mixture of blacks and Mexicans. Then at one point it was totally Asian. Mm-hmm. It's just a matter of who's there.
Yeah,
the land itself isn't a race.
I'm not saying I'm not saying that at all.
So you don't think that people could move into open their businesses and they flourish?
No.
Is that because
it's known for what it's known for? That's why it's been there since I was 3 years old. Before I was 3 years old, that shit was there, and so it's known for that.
I don't understand it. That's like saying if I open a Chipotle on Fresno and C Street, a motherfucker say it won't prosper because it's known for.
I'm not saying what you're not understanding what I'm saying.
You got to break it down because I'm not understanding why a business couldn't flourish somewhere.
Because when you open up a business of whatever magnitude that you're opening it up in an area that's predominantly known for what it is known for, i.e., if this is all toys and toys is on this block and toys has always been on this block since 20 years back, right? They're going to expect toys on that block.
Not necessarily. So what if you listen, what if you've never been there? And I am Keisha. Keisha has a clientele of $10,000 a month in clients who come get their hair done from her. However, the rent where she's paying is $3,500 a month where she's paying. She can come down here, get the same size space for $1,200 a month. Her clientele come with her. I do hair. I promote my shit on Instagram. My clientele comes here. Now I'm paying half the rent, and I'm down here. I'm in downtown, which is more easy to get to based on the freeway system. I'm down here. If this nigga does T-shirts in Inglewood, the rent is across the street from that big ass new stadium they just built. Rent's a little high. I move my shit here. Other nigga, I do this. I'm on Melrose. We know Melrose rent is high. We all meet and bring our shit. This is why black people don't have a Chinatown. This is why we don't have a Chinatown. Because we don't believe that we can centralize in one place and all do our business together.
It's not that we don't believe that, because I believe we can. I just haven't seen an area that is given to black folks for that anymore.
It doesn't have to be given. That's the problem. It doesn't have to be given. All that is are individuals who all open businesses and they just happen to all be one race.
But this is what I'm trying to say. When I say given, I'm meaning there's people that own these businesses. They own these buildings that they're renting out. They're not going to flood it with this many black folks. They're not doing that.
You think they wouldn't rent?
Yes. That's why we ain't had one.
They losing rent.
They would rather lose rent. Bro,
it's at least 3 or 4 niggas I see on Instagram every day that are down there.
I'm not saying
they just on the outside because they can't because they can't get in the main. The main shit is open now.
Listen, but what I'm trying to say to you is this. This is the same thing. If it was, because I know you will understand this right here. Mm-hmm. If this hotel on Belmont was known for prostitutes, mm-hmm. This hotel was known for prostitutes forever. Mm-hmm. 30 years, we know for a fact prostitutes been in this hotel. Mm-hmm. They come make a sweep out that hotel. Right? Boom, they sweep that hotel. Ain't no prostitutes in that hotel no more. We getting regular people in that hotel to do regular things. But the tricks drive through that hotel. You think the tricks are gonna stop driving through that hotel?
Yeah, because after 9 months after 3 months of driving through there, and it's only white business guys, they're gonna stop driving through there. We remodel, we refurbish, we rebrand.
That is not the truth. I'm telling you this because I know for a fact, because where I went before and it happened. It was a spot where it was prostitutes. They cleaned it up. Never prostitutes over there for over 10 years. Niggas go back over there, set prostitutes in that motherfucker, because tricks was still coming through that bitch. They're going to go to where they know what it was. That's what I'm trying to say. People will always go where they know that I know that used to be a spot where they used to have the prostitutes at. They're going to go through there to go figure it out.
I take my business somewhere and my business is cracking. So if you telling me what's the food truck niggas name?
They're only going to follow your clientele is only going to follow you. New people.
Okay, but this is what I'm saying. If the bitch with all the hair clients is there, the food truck that everybody fuck with is down here now. The niggas who come to the food truck say, oh shit, that nigga got t-shirts right there. He walks over here. The niggas who came to meet their t-shirt nigga says, oh shit, I'm finna get some food off the... That's how you build it. That everybody's centralized there. The bitch walk out from getting her hair done and says, oh shit, look at this shit. This shit cute for the house. You know what I'm saying? That's how it happens.
I don't disagree with it can happen. I'm telling you how it ain't gonna happen because them people ain't gonna put us in one spot like that.
You don't believe that they'll rent to the people?
No, we have to own the block.
They'd rather not get any rent than rent to somebody, is what you believe?
No, what I'm saying is they're never going to put a bunch of us in one spot. They'll rent to 2 or 3, but 10 or 20, no.
That's crazy.
We're not doing that. Because that's the power.
It's just
we
us.
own the power. That's the problem.
It's just us?
Yes. Yes. It's always been us. Bro, they try to neutralize us, the power that we create in the app. They try to neutralize it because if we get too strong and powerful as a unit, we now start 86 in them. Oh, I got enough money now. I'm just go, hey, we just go buy this block over here. We don't need y'all to rent nothing. We own
so
them.
So you think we'd get out of here?
Well, instantly. Because why am I paying rent to rent something when I can pay the same thing to own? And now I own it. I can start passing this down to my kids. I can't pass this rent shit down to them.
Not many of them niggas own shit. Like even if you watch Marathon Burger, the making of it, he's renting the old Fat
Burgers.
Yeah, he's renting that. Yeah. And then he just went and rented some shit on Venice Beach. He has multi-millions. He could have bought a building. Adam 22 bought his building for no jumper. He could have bought a building somewhere and did it.
Listen what I'm saying.
I just don't see us like how many of them niggas in LA with a business own that building though? Other than maybe Roscoe's.
Roscoe's ain't even black. They don't own that.
Roscoe's is black. I just seen some shit.
Which one?
Cameron's family. Cameron family is
which
part.
One? Not all of them.
I think Pico. But yeah, Cameron's family.
Everyone is different.
Owns a big ass a bunch of the Roscoe's. Cameron's family. They black though.
But every one of them is different. No,
but there's one main motherfucker. Black. There's one main motherfucker because remember when they tried to put one in the Bay? It's a black dude, bro. It is. It's black. Remember they tried to put one in the Bay.
He owns the name Roscoe.
Okay, so maybe he franchised, but I know Cameron. They just had a whole thing about Cameron's family. He was like, "Nigga, that's us. That's our shit."
Yeah, he franchised the name to everybody.
Okay,
it's post out, but I'm saying the one in Hollywood, niggas don't own that.
I don't know.
Niggas don't own that at all.
Just based on what I've seen. The nigga, I don't know if that's particularly... I know it was a black nigga who got mad when they went to the Bay and niggas had changed all their shit because it was only been one Roscoe's outside of LA and it was in Oakland and the niggas fucked it off and that was a black nigga tripping about that. So that was a black owner for sure of Roscoe's. And then Cameron, they just did a thing with him and he revealed like, nigga, that's my family. I just never talk about it. That's my uncle's shit. We just don't, that's just some shit we never talked about because we don't want to shine that light on niggas be hating. So I know it's some black Roscoe owner. You know what I'm saying? Shit going on.
No, it's this is the thing. The same thing as Nips. When they bought their building, where the Marathon was
they're renting.
They were renting that till they bought it. Now I'm not talking about Marathon Burgers. I'm talking about the Marathon store. They wasn't renting that. They bought that.
Bro, go watch the documentary on that. They lost the lease. How did they lose the lease? They don't own that. They lost the lease. They finally bought it at the very, very end, my nigga.
I'm talking about he owned it now. They were renting it at first, leasing it or whatever, but they own it.
But that was Nipsey.
That's what I'm saying. People go buy instead of leasing, just like Sugar Booger. If you go look up Sugar Booger used to didn't own anything. He was just leasing this little shop right here in the little cul-de-sac in Inglewood. He just owned. Now he bought that building and then bought the building next.
What's the percentage of black people you think own buildings in LA where the owning of a building is the most highest you could pay for owning anything from a house to building? How many of them niggas own a building, bro? Come on.
I don't know who in LA owns their building outside of Sugar Booger. I don't know.
What did he own?
I don't know. Sugar Booger got the Soul Food Shack. He got Soul Food Shack, and then he got the building next to the Soul Food Shack. His wife do the sweets and shit out of it. But what I'm saying is they're not going to put us. That's why we ain't had it. When we did have it, they tore it apart. They burnt it down. They don't want us to have the power, because now that gives us power. Now we can put all that into the community. No, we're not doing that. That's why
so you're saying pretty much we're just fucked. We'll never succeed then.
No, what I'm saying is I'm not never saying we're fucked. I'm saying we have to learn now and master what we need to do to get in where we need to be in at, without them saying, okay, 3 of y'all can come, but not 10. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it works. They'll let 5 of us in. They ain't letting 20 of us in.
But how do you know if you don't go? And I think that's what fucks up a lot of black people is we believe a certain way. We so stuck into they won't let us do it. We don't know until we go. How do we know they won't rent this? These motherfuckers these motherfuckers. I've lived in some dope ass cribs and niggas is like, how the fuck did you get a motherfucker to rent you that? I went and asked.
That ain't the same.
It's a motherfucker renting something, bro.
It's not the same, bro. It's not.
Why is it not? I need these spaces filled in order for me to make money. Who's gonna fill them?
Other people. I would rather other people fill them than me filling them up with 20 black men.
I can't see a bunch of white businesses in those little swap meet type style slots. The only thing I could see outside of that is he says, you know what? I don't have nobody to rent this shit no more. He sells the property, they tear all that shit down, and then they build something else there. That's the only shit I can see. I can't see. That's what you see. But I'm saying, what white businesses do you see sitting in that alley in no AC and shit in these little huts?
Let me explain something to you. Let me explain something to you. Insurance is the biggest crime shit in the world. Why would they even care? They know that building's worth X amount of money. If they feel like, oh, I'm losing money, I ain't making money, they'll burn it down. That's what they do.
Okay, so that's what I said. So I said the only thing, but no, nigga, you said other people will. I'm just saying I don't see white people, because who else is there? So we got to take Mexicans out of the equation.
Right.
So Chinatown already is Chinatown. So
nobody else.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. I can't see white people filling up the little shit
the Russians, the Albanians, and all them.
It'll be Russian down there.
Come on.
Man, I think niggas need to go bust some moves, man. And I think we hold ourselves back sometimes because we be so stuck in they'll never let us have that shit.
D,
you know what I'm saying?
Do you really believe? I'm 49, and that shit been there before me. You don't think niggas tried to be over there? I know for a fact
niggas. When I used to go, it was niggas with businesses. I just told you, it's still.
That's what I'm about to say. I know for a fact it was niggas. Some niggas there.
Yeah, niggas had stores there.
I'm talking about in that alley. When you run
in
down that alley,
it was niggas. When I first learned, I went to the alley. You first go to the alley. You learn about, because you learn later when a motherfucker pulls you to the side and say, hey, my people got this, that, but it's over. That's when you learn like, it's other shit around the other way. And then motherfuckers say, oh, nigga, you know they got gold and shit, then you venture that way. But when you're a rookie,
Street.
Yeah,
So
but when you're a rookie, all
street
you know is the alley, you a kid, you doing a tourist shit, you go find the alleys. And you looking for Santee Street, oh, there it is. Boom. You go to the alley. Your first introduction gonna be that main alley. It was niggas in that motherfucker.
From 3rd to 7th, that's how far as that goes.
Mm-hmm.
I go from 3rd to 7th, right? From 3rd to 7th. So you got the which we call Santee, you got the alley. Then you got the Garment District. Then you got the Jewelry District.
Mm-hmm.
It was all district.
Mm-hmm.
All that shit was district.
Mm-hmm.
So when you really got inside of that, you understood. Yeah, you probably see one black dude, maybe 3 black dudes, but this is predominantly this. And it's been this way for a long time.
But I don't think that was race motivated. I think it was just.
I'm not saying it was race motivated
I got some shit
at
to
all.
sell. Niggas didn't have no. You gotta have a business.
Niggas didn't have a business.
When you used to go to the Slauson swap meet, same shit. It's just inside a building. Niggas would have they shit. When you go to the swap meet here, it's niggas with they shit. You gotta have a business.
Okay, stop. Do you know what the Slauson was before it turned into that now?
No.
It was nothing. It was nothing but niggas in there. Predominantly niggas.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. You gotta have business.
But it was niggas owning the buildings.
I don't know who owned the building. I'm saying when the format of the swap meet, bro, when you walk in, there's the jewelry, there's the t-shirts,
all that
shoes.
was niggas.
Right.
From the start.
So that's what I just said. When you used to go to the Slauson, that's just what I said. You're saying what I just said. It's niggas in here.
I'm telling you, it was all
As
niggas.
time passes, you don't have a business to be in that motherfucker no more. Or are you saying
no? You got a business, but niggas don't buy from niggas.
Okay.
That's why we ain't got a Chinatown.
Okay, so
that's why we ain't got a Mexican town.
Okay, so now you're saying a different thing.
They support each other.
So you got to say
no,
that.
I'm not saying. Listen to what I'm saying to you, because you're trying to get me confused.
No,
with what
I'm not.
saying.
It got to be one of the two, boss. Is it we don't support each other, or they won't rent us the shit?
Listen, in that area, when they have buildings, they're not going to put all niggas in them buildings. But I was living there forever. We never seen all niggas in that alley.
That don't mean all niggas went to try to rent the shit. You don't know if you ain't went and tried to rent the shit. And the motherfucker told you no. You don't know.
Okay, I don't know shit. I know that's been Mexican since I've been alive. I know that. I know that fact.
But that doesn't mean anything.
That's been Mexican since I've been alive.
That don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing.
I'm not saying it means anything, but what I'm telling you is name anywhere in any place that you've been to that you know it's a predominant black area that has malls, alleys, jewelry. Name that. They don't give it to you because of the power, bro. That is too much power for niggas to have. 1921 showed you that.
They do it when you go to Atlanta, they do it. When you go to Texas, they do it. You got big T's in Texas.
These are southern states where black
but I'm just saying, you said name somewhere it is. You said name somewhere.
All right, bro.
In Atlanta,
is it
you got Old National. When you go to Texas, is Big T's. They have swap meets that are all niggas in there selling shit, bro.
Stop, bro.
I'm just saying it can be done. Why it can't be done in California?
Because California is the only state that had red lining. We were the red line state, meaning you can't have that. We're not selling that to you. We're not putting you in that area. That's what it was. We just got redlining.
It's zero opportunity niggas could take over the Santee.
No, they're never going to take that over. Period. And I would love for us to take it over, but I already know they're not going to.
That's crazy.
That's not going to happen.
That's crazy.
Period. They don't do that for us. And California is hard anyway for us because they already got us to where they feel like if we give them too much, then we're going to have to fight them about how much we gave them because now they're going to want more. That's how they look at it. Oh, they want more. Oh, that wasn't enough. They want more. That's why they don't give us reparations. They're never going to give. fighting for that shit. They're not giving us that shit because it's too much power. It's too much power, bro. That's all this game is about.
Alley is too much power?
Yes. That means if all them niggas got together and got in that alley, it's too much power. That's too much power. That's too much money going into one community for them. And it's a black community, not a Hispanic community, a black community. Because the Hispanic community don't send all their money to, they don't send their money back to their community anyway. They send that shit back to Mexico. Majority of their money going back to Mexico. They take the majority of their money that they make, they send that back home. That's what I'm saying to you. That's all I'm saying, bro. It's the power structure. That's all the game is about, is the power structure. If they can keep the power out of our hands, they're doing their job. And that's why they do it. The biggest consumers in the United States, no, we're not. Because we got to get to the point to understand it. The biggest consumers in the United States are blacks. We consume more than any. But this is what we have to understand. If we're consuming it, that means we're buying this shit. That means we have the money to buy it. That means we have enough money to buy other shit to put power back into us so we can now feed the community. But as long as they keep giving us shit, they can give us how much they want us to have. And then they get us all fighting behind, well, this grant over here or this grant over there or federal government funding for here. And this is all, it's only a game. That's it, bro. They don't want us to elevate and succeed. No, because guess what happens? You get too many of us elevating and succeeding, they think we're going to treat them just like they treated us.
So what I'm asking you is, you saying pretty much we can't. We won't ever.
We can when we get the new ones to understand to move forward. Don't worry about that. Go build your own.
But how do you build your own? You got to make the money. You got to make the money to have the money to build your own. Nipsey rented. That's like a nigga telling Nipsey, nigga, what the fuck would you rent that for? He rented and rented and rented and rented and rented and rented till he had enough money to rent the spot next door, and rented and rented and rented and rented and rented until they had enough money to buy it.
Right.
You have to start somewhere.
Listen, the way things are now, if you got product to sell, you don't need a store.
You don't. But in a city like LA, a lot of people have those. A lot of people have it. For instance, one of the things that I noticed when I just went was Melrose used to be a lot of fucking like urban fashion. A lot of the urban fashion is gone. It's a bunch of motherfuckers doing like the like thrift shit. It was nail shops. I'm like, what the fuck they put? It's nail shops, barber shops, and hair. It's some black just with the hair salons on Melrose now. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker is in danger when they knowing you getting money and you doing that shit out the crib anyways. You kind of do need a building in a city like that.
You don't, because that's why you cut your overhead. As long as you can cut your overhead and be able to produce whatever it is you're producing and have somebody already sending it out for you, you can.
Yeah, for certain things. But like I just said, if you do hair, and everybody comes to get their hair done, you can't be in your house doing hair. Now motherfuckers know where you at. You know what I'm saying? If you're the seller of beauty products and shit, you might sell a lot of that shit online, but it's Los Angeles. Motherfuckers want to walk in, grab the hair, grab the gel, grab the shit, you gotta be there. You're gonna sell some shit online.
And that's how you build your own. You start from that place. You don't have to rent, because once you're renting, you're not owning. The power is in the owning, not in the renting. The power is in the owning.
But I'm speaking in reference to the people who are already. I said this motherfucker's already paying $3,200 for rent. This motherfucker's already paying $3,200. I'm talking about the people that are already paying for rent? Why not cut the rent in half? You're paying for rent.
Take your $3,200. Go buy you a tiny home. Go put it somewhere and sell out of your tiny home. It's ways around things that we don't understand.
But where are you gonna put a tiny home in Los Angeles, bro? You gotta buy the land. Where the fuck you gonna just put a tiny home and sell t-shirts for?
That's my point. Is building. You have to build these things. If you got a business, they'll give you a business loan to do whatever the fuck you trying to get done. People don't understand the method of what this is. You're not using the full potential of who you are when you're saying.
But that's a further step. They got to know the business and all that. I'm talking about a motherfucker who currently has a business. They're currently paying rent. They're semi-successful. Why not centralize with the other people so that's why motherfuckers do a lot of pop-up shit. Pop-ups are popular for that reason. The reason the pop-up is popular is because we all come together and all your customers get to be exposed to my shit and my customers
and it
are
don't
exposed
cost
to your
us
shit.
nothing.
It don't
cost us nothing to go put up a pop-up.
Depending on where you throw a pop-up at. It depends on the type of pop-up you do.
Depends. If you decide we're going to go do a pop-up in a park, it don't cost us nothing to go in the park.
It depends. But there are some motherfuckers who do a pop-up and then there's a vendor fee. You pay a vendor fee for the day.
I'm not talking about the vendor fee. I'm talking about as far as going to the pop-up and do what you're doing. If we're organizing something as
but I'm saying that's still rent. It's for one day. You still paying rent for one day though.
Okay.
I'm saying if we did it for 30 days straight, it'll still equal what the fuck rent was. When they have, and that's for any type of pop. When they have the weed sessions pop-ups and everybody's in there with tables selling weed, they all pay a fee for that day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I paid $200. I did them at my clubhouse.
Okay.
They paid whatever they paid. The girl that threw it, she came and paid us for what we want for the building. Mm-hmm. Then she charged all of them to come set up their little thing.
So that's what I'm saying.
Right?
Pop-ups, you are paying rent. It's just a day.
But they don't have no overhead. They're not paying PG&E. They're not paying this. They're not paying nothing. They're not doing nothing. I pay a fee to come set my shit up. Cool, gone.
That's the same thing as that's the same as the alley.
No, that's not. They paying PG&E in there.
No, they
paying all that.
It's like you don't pay PG&E at the swap meet or the alley, boss. No, you don't.
Yes, you do.
No, you don't.
In the
boss.
building,
that is the same as the swap meet, bro. It's just an outdoor swap meet. That's it.
It's not the same.
You don't pay that, bro.
Why do you think they got lights? You don't think they pay for the lights?
No. They don't pay that. That's part of. So you people in the swap meet pay a light bill?
Yes.
No.
Bro. Okay, fuck it. They don't. Fuck it.
We just gonna call around tomorrow. We just gonna call all the shit. We're gonna call different various swap meets. We're gonna call down there and try to see about a space and see what's all included.
Yeah.
We probably could find an ad for a space on that motherfucker right now. That's part of the whole shit.
Gonna
paying for that shit.
Once that's a building, you're gonna pay for that building. The PG&E, the whatever else. If it's a big ass building that's connected and it's got 8 of them, you're paying for that as
we
well.
Just gotta call. I don't see that. I don't see that not being included in the shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't see that. That's like saying a barber pays for lights. You know what I'm saying? No, I pay for my space. That's included in this space. I'm renting this space. I got running water and your motherfucking lights.
That's not a separate building. These buildings are separate. These are not buildings
that is like cubicles, my nigga. That shit is
it's a cubicle.
It's literally like a Daryl's mini storage with a fucking door you put a lock on.
My point. Them are, and they got lights and PG&E. Them are separate buildings. That's what I'm trying to tell you. They all got their own address.
So they might have did some upgrades and shit.
They all got their own address.
They do some super upgrades.
Not one address for that shit.
Shit was just like a storage unit. They had smaller ones, bigger ones, and then they had the mega ones that certain motherfuckers had the big shoes in. But most of them was the regular 12 by 12, then they had the 8 by 8 motherfucker that just sell candy and shit in there. You know what I'm saying? We're going to call around though. We're going to call and see, man. Let's talk about it. Let's keep it moving. Your boy, R. Kelly, was rushed to the hospital due to an overdose. His lawyer has been saying he believes that people are trying to kill him. There's a plot to kill him. He uncovered a plot that an inmate was instructed to off him. That was like a week ago. Last night, they say he overdosed and says it's a plot to kill him. They say that after 2 years, reality starts to set in when you get in the penitentiary. Do you think there is a plot to kill R. Kelly, or do you think that this is just his mind? They finally broke him and his mind is tweaking now and he's trying to do anything he can to get out of there.
I really don't have a understanding of after 2 years your mind trip out. I mean, I don't know nothing about that.
All right, fuck the 2 years. Do you think R. Kelly is somebody's trying to kill him, or do you think this is just his ploy to try to get out of this motherfucker anyway? But I've never seen a motherfucker say they after me and the judge said, okay, you free to go from a 30-year sentence. Like, no, I don't understand how he's gonna.
I don't think that's going to happen. I don't see that happening at all. But is somebody after him? I don't know. Could be. I mean, that's just what he's saying. I don't know the system of where he at, what's going on. If he's feeling that way, shit, who to say not? Who to say that they not giving him medication in there that's making him trip out and believe they trying to kill him? I don't know.
Kelly for? He's convicted. They don't use you for nothing else. You have nothing else. You're not going back to trial.
Wants to kill you.
I'm just saying, if a motherfucker said, well, they're going to try to kill Puffy because they don't want him to tell their secrets. This nigga's convicted. Your 30 is there. You're not going back to divulge any more information. What do they want to kill you for? Just to kill you? Because you know what I'm saying? I don't get it. I don't get it. Maybe there is a deeper plot of the assassination of R. Kelly. But I don't get it. I think a motherfucker's just frantic at this point. Q Ball is in the house. I think he's just kind of frantic at this point. And in his delusion,
how long he been in there?
2 years.
He only been in jail 2 years, D.
2 and some change. Since the conviction, it's been 2 and some change. It ain't
Damn,
over 3.
I thought it's been 4, 5 years.
No, he just at the 2 something. He had the court. Remember he got out. He went to court. He was able to fight his shit from house arrest. Yeah, it's nigga. This 30 piece is real. At 30 is crazy on any man's mind, though.
I just talked to him. Matter of fact, I gotta send it to him. I talked to my partner, man. He in there. He just hit 31 years.
That's crazy.
He just hit 31 years. I was like, Jesus.
Is he doing life?
He said he come up on an appeal. He come back to board to get out on parole, to see parole, but he got a clause on the murder.
His initial sentence, though, what was his initial?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
50 years or something like
crazy.
that. I don't know, but he did murder. He called me, and I was shocked because I didn't even know it was him. He's like, yeah, what's up, bro?
He got a phone and shit in there?
Yeah.
He need to send that nigga X-Rated a message. X-Rated got all the niggas who help all the niggas get out of their shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And he told me he's 31 years in.
That's crazy. That's a long motherfucking time. That's a long time to be down.
Yeah, so I don't know if people's mind is capable to deal with 2 years or 10 years. But
30 is gonna fuck any nigga up.
I mean,
30 is crazy. And he got a different 30.
Why?
Because if you broke and you ain't never had shit and you just doing your shit and you robbing and killing and you get caught, fuck it, nigga. Like This nigga had private jets, mansions, jet skis, bitches, any bitch I want, anytime I want. Oh my God, they're performing for 30,000 people at a time. Like this to just have that strip is crazy. You see, Puffy low key. Well, you ain't been following it. He turned around and did some shit. The judge said, "Quit." He looking at he's starting to tweet. He in there looking at the audience. I mean, the jurors like this. The bitch on the stand telling her story. Mm-hmm. The shit sound like some bullshit. He look at the bitch like. Then he look at the motherfucking jurors like, do you believe that shit? The judge stopped the whole shit like, hey, bro, chill out. You're trying to intimidate them. And he's not intimidating witnesses. You know what I'm saying? It just sounds like bullshit. And he can't believe that he's on trial for this shit. And as I listen to it, I get it because you is a freaky nigga, right? But this is what they doing. Since we there and we talking about it, let's get to that. You know what I'm saying? Prosecutors say Diddy paying for the flights, hotels for escorts could qualify as sex trafficking under federal law banning the transport of individuals across state lines for sexual activity. Diddy allegedly used his credit card. So this is the shit that fucks us up, boss, because initially me and you was sitting here on this very live and we was like, how the fuck will they do that? Oh, you had some hoes and y'all got in the plane and we went and partied, and no, we fucked and we had a good time. That ain't sex trafficking. I had some bitches. We kicked it. We thinking about the bitches, him partying, flying with these motherfuckers. This shit changed because now, because you said you ain't been watching it. So in the last 3 days, all these fucking dudes. So these are the dudes. He's paying these dudes. One name is Punisher. I forget the other nigga name. But these are the guys that he would hire and fly and shit from wherever they were to come, and he'd sit in these rooms. So she'd come out in her little shed, and they want to make it, because she always are instructed to say, he wants a very sexy scene. He wants to be a sexy scene, whatever. They're instructed to not look at him when they come. So when they get there, they arrive or whatever, they're given the money. She unveils herself, and then they're fucking right here. And he's sitting in a dark corner watching, and then he'll give an occasional instruction. Move the candle, or move the chair, or turn this way, But this is because we were wondering, where the fuck y'all gonna get sex trafficking from? We can't get it. This is how they plan on getting him with the sex trafficking. For each plane ticket he paid for with his company's credit card for these guys. What do you think about this? Do you think they can stick this shit on him, or do you think this is some bullshit?
No, because he didn't pay them for sex. Because he didn't have sex with them. They had sex with someone else. So I didn't pay them to have no sex with me. I didn't pay them to have sex with me. So I paid. She didn't pay them to have sex with her. I paid. So where are they getting this?
He needs you to be the lawyer.
That don't even make sense.
He's paying these guys to have sex with her so he can
have sex with somebody else so he can.
Sex for money is illegal. But sex for money is illegal in the United States of America, except for Nevada. And I believe one part of Atlantic City, right? So regardless, you've paid for an illegal service.
No,
regardless of who's doing it.
I can say, it doesn't say what I paid on my credit card, what it was for.
But you have the people in there testifying. See, that's the thing. These niggas is on it's your word against theirs. These niggas were you contacted, and they got messages and all this phone record shit. They're saying I was contacted by either Miss Ventura or Mr. Combs or his assistant or whatever to do this. You know what I'm saying?
To do what? To come over and fuck? Do it say you gonna come over and fuck?
To fuck.
If it says that I'm going to pay you and you're gonna come over and fuck, yeah, you're in trouble. But if it
says anything other than fuck, and you get there and they say, "Hey, let's fuck," and you don't have it on wiretap, you don't think so?
No, because this is the thing. You have to say, because that's why you teach these. I don't want to say a lot. That it's not for sex; it's for my time. Paying a motherfucker for your time is not illegal. That's not illegal at all. There's no law that says I can't pay somebody for my time.
Absolutely.
That's an escort.
He's just in a fucked up position because they're sitting on the stand saying, "I was paid for sex by Mr. Combs several times between 1995 and 1998." Right. And the other nigga said,
"But this is what they have to." You know what I'm saying? Where did it say that I was paying you to have sex with her? I didn't pay you to have sex. I paid to watch whatever was going on in the room. That's his case.
If he had you for a lawyer, yeah. That's not his lawyer's defense.
Even with his lawyers should be that's
not their angle. Their angle is, yes, motherfuckers had sex for money, but because the lawyers are more focused on this isn't a because they're trying to save whatever. So if you get them, because statute of limitations pretty much would be non-existent for up to, let me see, at least all of these niggas except for probably 2 or 3, right? Because it's only 2 or 3 who say they were at freak off shit in the last 3 to 5 years. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So any nigga from 92, any nigga from 2000, any nigga from 2005, statute of limitations for me buying some pussy, or in his case, buying some dick for her.
And that's what I'm saying.
Is irrelevant. But you still have these 3 guys who are in the like literally up until he went to jail. It was a freak off, like, I want to say 40 days before the nigga went to jail. It was a freak off. You know what I'm saying? And you got the bitches against you. So you got the girls against you because that's Cassie. So if take Cassie out the way, and you got 50 Cent baby mama, she's telling the same story. He would hire guys.
So he hired guys to do what? Have sex with me?
To fuck her. Yep.
Listen, you fuck them people. He didn't open your legs and tell the man to jump in your pussy. Listen.
You pay.
What I
the
paid
purchase
for
of sex is illegal.
No, but I didn't purchase you for sex. That's the problem. You have to prove it's a purchase for sex.
That should be his defense.
Yes, that would be my defense. Prove the purchase of sex. Where? Because I used my credit card to fly you here. Right? I gave you my credit. I paid for you to come.
The prosecution's thing would be, these are all high-profile male escorts known for selling.
It doesn't matter what they are.
I'm just saying.
I don't care what they are.
I'm just speaking on what the prosecution says. They're saying these are all high-profile escorts. When they get them, because that's why you got to watch it. Because when they get them on the stand, they say, and these niggas is doing, because you can go watch the one nigga on Vlad. He's on Vlad, Cameron. Like, these niggas is on a tour doing interviews. So it's clear that, I was selling dick, and then they contacted me because of my reputation for slanging Wang. They heard about me. They called me to come slang some Wang on this bitch while he watched. Okay, it's gonna be kind of hard to beat that. That ain't what you had this nigga here for, and all he's known for. Were you a male escort? Yes, I was a male escort. I was a male escort from here to here, and whatever. It's gonna be hard to beat that.
With the male escort, I want you to stop with the male escort. Right? Is male escort illegal or is it illegal?
It's illegal.
Male escorting is illegal.
It's illegal.
Please explain how male escorting is illegal. I can take a woman on a date, but escorting a person is taking somebody out on a date. You can't spell other shit.
They're talking about escorting in terms of I sell dick for money.
But that's not. See,
I get what you're trying to do. But I'm talking about what's happening in that courtroom. That's not what the defense is doing. I get what you're doing if you were the lawyer.
That's on them because by the letter of law, escorting has nothing to do with selling sex. By the letter of law. We can pull up escorting. Escorting won't tell you it's selling sex.
Let's look at it.
Escorting is not selling sex. By the letter of law.
Male escort.
You're a male prostitute if you're slinging dick. That's a difference.
Definition.
What's prostitution?
Male escort is a man who provides companionship and often sexual services in exchange for money. The term can be encompassed.
Companionship.
But you see, it's right there. And sexual services is right there.
And sexual services don't mean that's what I do. Because if I say I'm an escort, don't mean I give out sex.
Right.
Because that would be the first thing right there. Now go to prostitution.
No, hold on. We still gonna figure out the laws behind escorting.
Yeah.
Because he would need you in there.
Bro, I'm just, because this is something, like I say, I don't talk much, but I deal with the letter of law when it comes to sex work.
So let's see. Escorting laws outside.
Sex work. Just put it as illegal to be an escort. Sex work.
No, because it automatically brings up Nevada. Because Nevada, it's legal, but you have to go be licensed and all this. So it broke down how you can legally do it in Nevada. You gotta go to the place. You gotta be licensed.
California.
I'm gonna do outside of Nevada, anywhere, because he has shit everywhere. See, it automatically calls it prostitution. Outside of Nevada.
Point.
Prostitution, solicitation, generally.
That's prostitution. So they can't get on there and say that they're.
Well, don't take my word, because you can't. That's why you got to watch it. You can't take me saying that as what the lawyer specifically or the judge is specifically saying, because I'm calling these niggas male escorts. You know what I'm saying? But that might not be what they're doing. They're pushing the line like you buying sex services from these niggas. So maybe they're not using the term male escort. They're using
because if they use that, they're gonna get. I'm gonna book that easy. Like that's not even. You can't use that. That's book. Now, male prostitute is another thing, right? That's totally different. Because prostitutes is
you ain't been following, but at this point, where are you in his
absolutely
chances?
Nowhere.
You think he walks?
I ain't followed it.
You still think he walks?
I ain't followed it. What I'm saying is he will walk on the RICO. As far as the RICO, he's gonna walk. Sex trafficking.
That's what they're trying to bang him with, bad.
Because that's the one that hold. The RICO don't hold life. The sex trafficking can hold life. That's the one they want to get him on. So me, and what I'm looking at this as, I don't see the RICO in this at all.
That's what I was saying, but they trying to tie. You gotta find. I'm gonna send you the one dude. I'm gonna send you the dude. I can't think of his name, but I'll send you his page because he do an update every day. That way you can at least follow him on Instagram and see the updates every day.
The girl on the Breakfast Club, she do an update every day too.
He had one break because it was one girl who lied and said he hung her over the balcony. That was the best. That was the best day he had since he been in there, because she lied about being hung over the balcony, and Cassie confirmed it. Cassie said, it was like, did he hang her over the balcony, when they was asking like an interrogation, and she was like, yeah, he did. He hung her. I was there. And then the bitch recanted, and they found out that Puffy was in.
He wasn't even there. He was on
somewhere else.
Yeah,
he was in another state. So that was his best day in that motherfucker. But they got all these motherfuckers coming through there now. I
think it's a circus show. Like I said again, I told everybody, you play with the wrong people. You play with them crackers, and them crackers them Jews, them Zionists, fake ass Jews. You play with them, gas is in trouble.
God damn, relax,
relax, man.
Relax.
Don't mean it like that. Like I'm not against anyone. I'm just saying this is how this works.
Vlad gonna be
You know what I
mad at
mean?
motherfucker.
I know they're gonna be mad when they heard me say that, but I'm not apologizing. Y'all not by the letter of law, Hebrew law. You guys are not real Jews. You're not.
Speaking
You're
of law,
Jewish. That's why you say you're Jewish. What is Jewish? You either Jew or Jew or Jewish. Jewish means you're not really Jew.
What?
There's the ish in there, right? You
It's
didn't know
Jewish, bro. Jew is just a short term.
No, it's Jew. No, it's Jew. It's not Jewish. That's the Zionist Jews that did that. Bro, go look in the Bible. You don't see Jewish in the Bible. You see Jew. You don't see Jewish in the Bible.
Right, but the Jewish is the religious part of it.
No, the Jewish is the people that became Jews after the Israelites, bro.
What are you saying? What are you saying? The ish is what? What are you saying right now? I've never heard that, boss. What are you saying?
Okay, just go look it up, bro. They put that. That's why they put they're Jewish. I'm something like a Jew, but I'm really not the Jew.
You serious, boss?
I'm dead ass.
Come on, man.
I'm not being funny, bro. Go look that shit up. See, y'all gotta dig deep, bro. Gotta dig deep.
Come on, boss.
You don't see Jewish in the Bible. There's no Jewish in the Bible. Go look when Jewish came up. When that word Jewish even came up, they give you a date on it. Go look. I'm not saying something different, bro. We just don't know the history because we don't do the homework. That's it. Yeah, it sounds crazy. I know. When I read it, it sounded crazy too.
Jew is singular. Jewish is the
bro.
Is the full body of people, bro.
It's not.
I just looked it up. Like I've never heard
That's
that.
what they
but
put.
All right.
That's what they put.
You got to show me where the ISH meant something different.
Will.
That was crazy right there.
I'll show you.
That was crazy.
When God went to the Jews, not to the Jewish people, not to the Jewish people around, God went to the Jews.
You tripping?
It's the difference, bro.
No, it's not.
It is. I'm telling
All right,
you.
when you get time, you got to hit me with them notes right there.
I will.
You got to hit me with
I'll
them
send it to you. It's different.
Damn, that's
why
crazy.
they mad
I
at
didn't
him.
even ask.
Mm-hmm. That's why the
I'm
Hebrews
saying
that
my
really
shit
think they what they
my
are.
shit started. This motherfucker listen.
Bro, I feel bad for myself though sometimes. I really
you
do.
just gotta, like I said, just send me that.
I'll send it to you.
That
I'll send it
ISH
to you.
right there.
Yeah.
Because that ISH, the meaning, that shit is like
something like
relative. That's relatively new. That's
something
like way
like.
relatively new.
My point. Something like that's what I'm telling you.
That ain't what that mean, boss. Like you gotta really. I'm like really. You really gotta show me that.
I'm gonna give you the whole root. You gonna say what the fuck?
You gotta really show me.
That's what you gonna say.
You gotta.
You gonna say the same thing I said. I'm telling you. You put these glasses on, boy. The light is different.
Yeah, that
the light is different.
You gotta show me that. I ain't never seen that. You know what I'm saying?
The light is different.
I ain't never heard nothing even remotely close to that one right there, bro.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? What I see, singular and then whole body of people. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, they didn't turn this off. What you hit?
I ain't hit shit. You nigga,
I can't hear you.
The words you hit. I ain't
can't hear
hit
nothing you
shit.
saying.
Your words. I ain't hit shit. You hit shit. You nigga.
I can't hear you.
Words. You can't hear me?
Nope.
That's on
No
your
sound.
side. That's on your side. Not on mine. They muted you. Can y'all hear him? I still hear him. That's this nigga. I still hear you. Let's start Brown with that 500 stars. She said, y'all some real historians and philosophers. We trying. Oh my gosh. You still can't hear nothing? Q-Ball, you can hear us? Q-Ball, I think you said yeah. You can still
hear you at all.
That's crazy. I hear all this noise. Do y'all hear all this noise this nigga's making over there? We're echoing every time he hits the thing, but when he speaks regularly, are you guys hearing? I know I hear the echo when he's hitting his buttons and shit. Okay, that's it. Yeah. I don't know. Damn. All right, we was close to the end anyways, man. Secret Menu Podcast, man. We done fucked up something. I know what it was. They after him for that ish shit he was talking about. I don't know. But we're gonna cut the broadcast short. We appreciate y'all popping up on us on a Tuesday. You feel me? I'll bring back everything else I had. Maybe midweek, maybe Thursday. We'll pop out and do something Thursday. You already know Friday nights. Sneaky Link will be here, YouTube only. They be honest. As soon as he said that word, I said, God damn it, man, I know they be honest. They be honest for that word. We appreciate y'all being here. We out.